Well, a new Associated Press poll shows Vice President Kamala Harris gaining support among Democrats. Her campaign says we can expect her running mate to be announced next week. Good Day's Robert Moses joins us now with this significant development. Good morning, Robert.
Dan, good morning to you. With 97 days to go until Election Day, Kamala Harris maintains that she is the underdog in this race, yet she says she has the momentum, which she will attempt to build on by choosing a running mate who can widen her appeal. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign says she will hold her first rally with her running mate Tuesday in Philadelphia, the first stop on a 4-day barnstorming through battleground states. The campaign says don't read anything into the travel schedule, though it is hard to ignore that one of the frontrunners, Josh Shapiro, is the governor of Pennsylvania and grew up in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Asked yesterday if she has chosen her running mate, the vice president said not yet. After a performance by Megan Thee Stallion, the vice president took the stage for a rally in Atlanta last night and ribbed former President Donald Trump for waffling on whether he will debate her.
But he and his running mate sure seem to have a lot to say about me. Well, Donald, I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you got something to say, say it to my face.
Today, former President Trump will attend the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention in Chicago for a question and answer session focused on the most pressing issues facing the black community. In the second part of a Fox News interview that aired last night, he argued he is not a threat to democracy.
I'm the opposite of a threat to democracy. They're a threat to democracy. I mean, look at what they just did. They just took over the presidency from a This was a coup.
Earlier in the day, Paul Dans, the leader of Project 2025, a 900-page blueprint for a future Republican administration, resigned. Democrats have criticized the plan, and even former President Trump called it absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. On Capitol Hill, acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe and FBI Deputy Director Paul Abate testified about the July 13th shooting at former President Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Rowe called it a failure of the Secret Service.
I went to the roof of the AGR building where the assailant fired shots, and I laid in a prone position to evaluate his line of sight. What I saw made me ashamed. I cannot defend why that roof was not better secured.
Still no word from the former president about when he will return to Butler. Meantime, a new Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs research poll shows that about 8 in 10 Democrats would be either somewhat or very satisfied if the vice president does in fact become the nominee. That's a far more enthusiastic response from Democrats than President Biden received when he was the nominee. Dan?
Different. Sorry. Thank you very much, Robert.